we're going to go over the stuff that we're going to learn about density. You don't need to write this part down. So, write density at the top, but what you don't need to write down, measure the mass in grams. That's one of the things we're going to do. I'll show you how to do that on a balance. Measure the length in centimeters. We're going to need to measure the length of a couple of different objects. I'm going to write down all centimeters here. It's abbreviated cm. Grams is abbreviated grams. And then we're going to calculate the volume of something. And when you calculate the volume, you're going to do that in a cubed measurement. So there's centimeters cubed. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to calculate the density. Density has a very weird unit. It's in grams over centimeters cubed. So it's a mass over the volume. Now, it's called a compound unit when you've got two things like that. Think about another compound unit that is something per something else that you use. This is grams per centimeter cubed. Think about something else that is something per something. Think about it. Think about it. Write down if you have an idea. Come on. Write something down. Something per something. Did you get that? Did you get it? I hope so. Miles per hour, that is another compound unit. A certain number of miles over a certain number of hours. All right, now you have to write some stuff. Okay, we're going to draw this rectangle. This is our ruler. We're going to draw a metric ruler. Metric rulers are divided into centimeters. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 little ones, and then a big one, and then another 4 little ones, and a really big one. 1, 2, 3, 4 medium-sized. 1, 2, 3, 4 big. 1, 2, 3, 4 medium-sized. 1, 2, 3, 4 big. So we have 1, 2, and 3 on our ruler. The 1 and 2 and 3, those are centimeters. And then the little teeny one we drew, that was a millimeter. I'm going to pause here for a little bit to give you a chance to catch up. Key thing here is your ruler has 4 little lines, medium line, 4 little lines, big line. That's the pattern. So there's 10 marks in between the 0 and the 1, between the 1 and the 2, and so forth. Each of those millimeters is equal to 1/10 of a centimeter. So 1 millimeter equals 0.1 centimeters. Write down the conversion, millimeter to centimeter there, please. Now it's time for a math problem. If we have 3 millimeters, something which is 3 mm long, how many centimeters is that? 1 millimeter is 0.1 centimeters. Put down what you think 3 millimeters is in centimeters. Come on, put it down. Make a guess. Are you right? I hope so. 3 millimeters is 0.03 centimeters. Now that we know how we're going to measure, we're going to be measuring to the nearest millimeter, but we're going to put the answer in tenths of a centimeter. All right, we're going to draw another box. This one is going to be 3D. Pause here for a second so you can get that. Now we're going to drop a line down on the right-hand side and then connect it to the first rectangle. And now I'm going to divide this into a 3 by 3 grid. So I'll take my first rectangle, divide it into thirds, drag that across the front there, You know, I don't think I like this one. No, I don't like this one. I'm going to start over. You can keep yours, but that's what we're drawing. I'm going to start over and try to make mine look nicer. So once again, we start with that first long rectangle, and then we're going to put a parallelogram in front of it after we've divided our rectangle into thirds. There's our parallelogram. Drop down that back side, connect it to the first rectangle, divide the back side into thirds. You know, I think my first one might have been better, but I'm going to stick with this one. Anyhow, I now have a box which is 3 by 3 and exactly 1 high. And each of these is going to be a centimeter. So 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. That would be 3 centimeters. Going up the far side, that's also 3 centimeters. And then it's going to be exactly 1 centimeter tall. Okay, now we have this, so we need to calculate its volume. If it's 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters by 1 centimeter high, how do we calculate volume? Volume is something times something times something. Fill in the somethings. What's volume? You know this from math. I hope you did that correctly. Volume is length times width times height. What is the volume of this particular shape here? Calculate it out. This is not a hard math problem. You'll need your 3 centimeters. You'll need the other 3 centimeters. And you'll need that last 1 centimeter. Simple math. 3 times 3 times 1. That's 9. That's where the 9 comes from. The centimeter cubed comes from centimeter times centimeter times centimeter. You have to multiply the units too. And that's how centimeter cubed becomes part of that. So 9 centimeter cubed, that is our volume. Next up is density. Density is another unit of measurement. We're going to learn more about it, but I'm just going to show you how to calculate it right now. And it's a unit that compares the volume of something and the mass of something. So it uses both the volume and the mass. Density is a unit that uses both volume and mass. Here's how we use the volume and the mass. The density of something, and we're talking about matter here, is going to be the mass divided by the volume. That is the density. So the mass of an object in grams divided by its volume in centimeters cubed will give us its density. People forget how to calculate density, so I'm going to show you a secret. If you can remember, I love density. I don't care if you love density or not. Let's just go along with it. I love density. This will show you how to always calculate density correctly. There's a secret in here. See if you can see the secret. It has to do with calculating the mass and the volume. There's a math problem in I Heart Density. Some of you have seen it. Get rid of the red, see if that helps you. Have you found it yet? This way you'll never forget how to calculate it. You know it's not mass times volume. You know it's not volume over density. Here's another hint. Does that help you? If you remember I Heart Density, Did you get it yet? There's the M. That's the mass. There's the V. That's the volume. So if you can remember I heart density, you always remember that mass goes above the volume, and that's how you can calculate density. All right, what we're going to do now is watch a little thing on density, and then you're going to practice calculating and fiddling around with the density of some objects. Good luck.